Good afternoon, everyone. Like yesterday, I've been debating a few things. Oh, I forgot to put my Christmas journal away for Merry Monday. Merry Monday is not changing. We're going to keep working on Merry Monday. But I've been doing Tag Tuesday for a while, and I'm kind of bored with Tag Tuesday, and I'm still myself trying to facelift all those tags. But I'm not going to do that anymore because it's boring just watching me cover things. So today I think I was watching Roxy, and she calls it What's in My Box. I'm not really doing What's in My Box because some of it will be boxes, some of it's on my desk and things. I'm going to do What's on My Desk or What's in My Drawer. But because I have this drawer that's full of things I need to clean and finish projects, and so I'm going to call it What's on My Desk. And sometimes it might be a basket of stuff I've thrown in a basket and I don't know why it's sitting there. Or like this here. It actually was a Christmas. Later when we empty it, I'll show you what it is. And I started using it as like a little box. Again, I've got another one of these on my desk. And these are amazing. I've been refinishing because that's what I had for lunch today. I only had cereal. And basically that is this. I've been making these pockets with it. So that is something that's on my desk. And these are things I've been working on from things on my desk. This was an envelope from Happy Mail. So this tag I haven't finished yet. This is just a fussy cut. We'll throw it in there. We'll throw that in there. This I'm leaving like that because this could become a belly band for a blue journal. This could become a collage for a front of a journal. And I'm not doing anything to those. I just don't know how to classify that in my storage stuff, like as my organization. It's not finished, but I'm kind of waiting to see what the journal is and that. Then I have, of course, this that I haven't finished. So we might get that. These are finished. I just haven't put them away. These are my pockets. That'll go in my pocket storage. So those are done. This isn't done. Just 1 second. Someone's coming down the stairs. Okay. Sorry, he just has to go out, so he's just letting me know he's out of the house. Well, I watch Jacob anyways at this time. So I'm just gonna, I had scraps on my desk all kind of laid out, but I was taking some pictures of some stuff. And so I kind of just threw it in this box for now. Earlier, this is like basically what's on my desk. This was all scraps from a project I was working on. And then now I even have more scraps from a project I'm working on for my shop, Purple Heart Creations by Chrissy. It's labels that I am making that are coming to the shop. I already have some that were already there from a couple of days ago. So that's all the scraps from that, plus the scraps from the purple journal I was completing for a swap, plus some other journals and stuff. I'm telling you, there's a big pile, basically, and there's still more in my drawer. So I should call it What's in My Drawer, but I call it What's on My Desk because it's things that I'm working on. And then there's a pile of stuff that I need to either fussy cut out, finish up. Like there's the labels I'm working on. There's a master board in there. This pocket is almost complete. I want to do more for that and build an ephemera pack to sell. So, it's just piled here. So that's going to be Tuesdays, maybe probably this week. But even after that on Tuesdays, because on the weekends, a lot of time I do a lot of creativity. Monday through Friday, I work on my shop, except for this weekend, I worked on my shop because I'm really behind in it. So first thing I'm going to do is look at, I tore out for a book page. It's actually part of a book, and it's got such a good, so I want to turn that into something. That's a fussy cut. This was a Happy Mail of a fleece laundry thing that I know a lot of people now use I got a fussy cut, an angel fussy cut. Look, I've got scraps. So let's just see what we can work on. So let's just start with this. And because I have this fussy cut here, I might build around this. Now, I've been doing tags a little differently too. Not always do they look like a typical tag. I'm going to embellish this and it will go in a journal just this way. I did not bring scissors, which is okay. I just got to scroll across the, roll a little on my chair, and then I got to put my booty back in my chair. And because this is in there, I'm just going to go ahead and use this up. I'm trying to use up the things what's on my desk. And I'm going to use the hashtag what's on my desk. And I'm just trying to think if I want to put an initial. I might put what's on the desk, Chrissy or Chris or something like that. I'll do, when I figure out the hashtag, I'll have it in it as well. Now this is very close to the color. Now I don't think I want to use this because I think it's just, it's not bad. It's not bad. We could put that there. I don't mind it so much, but I think I want to go, it's not perfectly straight, but it doesn't have to be. Let's see. Oops. Not so easy to cut. These scissors I need to give a good clean. I think someone said the other day vinegar. I don't know. That's just the glue residue. So I don't need that whole thing. And I don't want it to go all the way down. And I'm going to use it. It's on my desk. It needs to be used. And that'll be ready to be used in a cluster. Okay. And what I'll probably do, and I'm not going to take, I'm thinking I'm not going to take this off. I'm going to leave it exactly the way it is. It doesn't matter which way I go. I want to add another layer behind that. I need to cut this up into different squares instead of just this big chunk. So, that way I stop just chomping at it. I got this out of AliExpress and I need to go order some more because I got a lot of it for very inexpensive. So I want to get some more of that ordered from AliExpress. I just thought adding a little bit more color to this might be nice. I find this the hardest thing to cut though, to get the straightest, because it's so flimsy. So I'm thinking I'm going to do that. Just like that. And sometimes what I do, instead of gluing that on top of each other, I'm just going to glue it once. I'm going to kind of staple this. If I can get it to lay the way I want it to lay. Just that, because I'm not putting any more with it. I'm just doing that. And then I'll take a little bit of wet glue. Oh, I know it. I think it's, I gotta, well, this one's not even open. No wonder I can't get glue out of it. Or is it and it's just so clogged now? Oh, I think it's just so clogged. Is that the one I've been using? Yeah, it's the only one I have sitting here. So it must have just gotten really clogged. Maybe I didn't open it. I can't tell. I don't think oh, sure I opened that one. Do I have a sharp pin? I don't. only thing I have very sharp. I need to get a needle. I need to eventually make myself one of those nice, yeah, it's open. It's just needs a good poke through. And I'll just clean the glue off of that. Because I don't want to doll that up. Something happened to my friend. He left here to pick up Jacob, and he was very happy. It was singing. We were actually out in the backyard. We have this. It's not a blackbird, but we have this type of bird, and I keep forgetting the name of it. It's not that I forget the name of it. I've been told the name of it in French, and then I don't never remember the French name. But it's not a blackbird, but it's kind of black, and I think it's got a little touch of red on the top of the head. But I've been told that they are very, I want to say violent birds. Meaning they attack other birds' nests and eat the eggs. And now right now I actually have an eagle or one of those birds. And in our back we have this like fir trees. It's like a big fir tree bush. And we have a lot of babies in there. And right now it looks like a hawk sitting up on our bush. It's too far away for me to tell. I'm just seeing, I got some glue on my desk there that I'm going to need to wipe up, and I don't have it. I ran out of my last wipe. I need to pick up some. But we were outside scaring those birds away with throwing snowballs at them. Not like right at them, but just in the general, just to get them to fly away. Not to hurt them in any means. It is an eagle. I'm more than... I can't tell. He's sitting there like... And so we were having a good time outside, laughing and joking around, and he came back from picking up Jacob, and he seemed a little upset. I kept trying to get him just even to talk to me, to maybe help him feel better. Then he went outside, came back in, grabbed something, and said he'll be back in a bit. And it was something that Jacob's mother gave him. And I don't know if he's returning it back to her. I don't know what. I don't know what happened. And I don't know. He's just very upset. Not angry as in, it's almost like a hurt angry. I don't know. I hope he's okay. Maybe he just needs a little bit of time just to, you know, we all need that at times. Where we just need the world to kind of go away for a little bit. It could have even been work. Something could have been said at work. Because he's not, normally he works at this time and he's not. So maybe something was said at work even. He'll talk to me later. Eventually he always tells me. He doesn't really have a lot of friends. He's not very trustworthy of people. It's just his mother left him at a young age alone with his sister, and he had to call social workers to come get them. So he has a really hard time letting people in. And I was able to kind of get in, but it's always been a struggle. That didn't work, so give me a second, guys. I'm ruining my table there. I don't have a... Oh, I know what I can use. I don't want to use a Lysol wipe right now. Normally I do use a Lysol wipe every once in a while. I did that yesterday on my other desk, my poor white desk. It's so stained from me working on it. But it's a good stain. There we go. Because that glue is very sticky. And it was kind of sticking on the back of this. Yes, sometimes I wipe even the paper down because that's such a durable paper. I'm not worried about it. And I'll just take that paper towel, another side of it, and dry up. Sorry, guys. It's a paper towel. My cats only drink out of a glass of water that sits on my desk. And so, Pika's a very sloppy drinker. So I keep a paper towel under it to help absorb some. There we go. And like, for instance, I could cover this, but it's good writing. Why would I cover it? And it can go in a journal just like this. Now I could add a little more down to the corner if I wanted to. I'm just trying to think of what I would add down there. Maybe a phrase of some kind, maybe. Just trying to think what I would. And I would put this in my tag box, because I don't classify that a journal card. And here I go yawning. Sorry, guys. I turn on a video and I yawn. It's just, and I have a tea. Because I've been debating what I wanted to do on Tuesdays. So, and then I kind of liked, I did kind of part 1 and part 2 is kind of was what's on my desk. That's basically what it was, and I couldn't think of a title. We could put the word imagine there. I think I want something smaller. I don't think I want it really large, so I'm just going to pull out a handful of these. Could be dream, and I don't have to necessarily put it straight. Could be just, I think I'll do that. I won't overthink it. We'll do that. These ones I make, and I'm going to change some of the words up, because some of the words I don't use as much, because I find I buy a lot of these, and a lot of the long ones I don't get a lot of use out of, and there are a lot of words I don't use. So there are certain words I use a lot, and I like different fonts. So I just created some with some of my favorite fonts. Just move my tea back there now that I moved that book. And if I decide later, like I told you before, I never put my tabs on till I'm ready to use them. Because depending on the type of pocket or where it's going to go, I might need a thin tab, I might need one. So I never fully. Now I'm just thinking I might have to use some white glue, because of it being on the fabric. Just wrong lid of everything. And so I will put that in my tag box just like it is. Now what I'm going to do is turn it upside down, because it's still a little sticky, and let that dry, and that, voila, that's done. So that's 3 pieces that were laying on my desk gone. So let's go in there. I don't have any use for the doily right now. I might, never know. Of course, these are just scraps, so I'm going to throw them in that scrap bucket. I don't know what I'll use her for. I had a tag sitting here. Maybe she would go nicely. This tag I find is very hard, this pattern, to put something on. Again, then I have completed things. So in here I have scrappy pads, and what I probably did was to pull them out to see if I do scrappy pads with the doilies. So I just fold the doily over and I make scrappy pads. So what these were they just didn't get put away. And I have a box for that, but it's not an easy box to get to. And I'm going to place it on top of it, but it needs to go in neater. Another day I'll pull it out. Then this I'm not doing anything with, because this I use in my packages I put together for things I sell. It goes inside a bag, and I think I might, oh, no I don't. Excuse me. Excuse me again. But these are some packages I'm working on, some for a customer, and I have another big order come in. So I'm going to put it in with the things that I have to finish up. And that way, if I need another bag, it's with it. So some of it might be just putting it right back in the same place. Again, another scrap. And the only thing I'm going to do is do this and put that scrap there in the scrap box. Oh, I know what's sitting in here. Believe it or not, I have a Oh, it wasn't a lipstick. It's just a, like a chapstick, but it's got vitamin E in it. I keep it close by, but we'll put it in its drawer, in my little drawer inside my desk with, and then of course I've got these. It's just a little notepad. It's a blank book, but I sometimes rip these out and put them in the scrappy notes, and I keep it in the package so it won't get torn up. But I'm going to leave that in there because that's technically what that was for. I guess I took this out to make something with, and I'm just going to put it's in its lace box that's beside me. And then I have a tea bag, and I've got some other little things in here. I have a Christmas thing, so I'm going to take it, and my Fussy Cut Christmas happens to be right beside my desk, so I'm going to throw it away. So there we go. That's away. And I'm going to empty out. So, I bought it at Winners. Well, it was bought for me because it says it's a black cat with a tree, and it says that cute. That's cute. They hung my toys on the tree, and sometimes I use it, and I didn't this year because I ended up liking it for a box on my desk, and I kept some words close by. This is for my flower making, and I just had kept it in there because then it wouldn't go. But what it's supposed to do is, like, for instance, this was supposed to go in it, and I'm going to keep these in it as well. But it kind of also the boxes that, like, for instance, this bin I'm working on, sometimes I keep that like that on my desk. This is a project I'm working on. And sometimes if this is flatter, I'll put 2 boxes on here. So these might not end up because I have also, I don't know where I put it. These are the 2 baskets I'm using for projects right now. So sometimes I leave them just sitting on my desk like that. And that way I can just grab them whenever. So I put that away. So these don't work in there. So we'll think of another idea for that. And then I got the keys in, and I just didn't put them in the right place yet. I have a tea bag. So let's put a cluster on that, and it can be ready. Again, these are things I'm getting ready for my store. So that should go in that package. So I'm just going to stick that in that one basket of things, packages I'm putting together to sell. This is some new pockets I was working on. Oh, that's just one of my bows I make. And I think I got this from the Treasure, what is her name? It's called the Treasure Book or something like that. I have to think of her name. And I have these, I mass make these at times. I need to make some, but with some colored paper, like digitals. Oh, another scrap. So we're going to throw that scrap in there. So let's see what I have here. So this is a pocket. So it should go in with my pocket box. This, you can see that I wrote here to remember. This gets glued down, and it's like a little flip in a pocket. And then you can do that. So that was another style of pocket I was working on. Then let's see what else I have here. So I'm going to finish that up in a second. That very mild might go on that. Then I had made up, I think I was putting a package together with new pockets I'd learned. Then those little pockets I had made, see, there's a nice scrap. Another scrap, probably scraps. Another pocket. These are from Shabby Doodah, I think, does these ones. These pockets, so it was a pocket I made. I was just working on pockets. And then this is another style of pocket. And that's another one of that Treasure And I got to remember the name. I watch a lot of her. I love her, a lot of her ideas. So it's a kind of a cluster glued onto the side of a pocket. So you got a pocket and then a side pocket. You could put something sideways. So I kind of had made some things to go in it like that. And I think I was working on this tag to go inside that pocket as well. This is too big for that pocket, so I bet you I might have, no, and I think this was to go in behind like this. I made a tag. So I'm going to put that up with my tags. This will probably end up in my pocket box. Same with that. And this will end up in tags. But I kind of don't want to take that apart. So we might leave it like that in the pockets, and then it's ready to have its embellishments. And let's finish this one up so that we can just tuck it in there. I didn't finish it, obviously. There's no image on. That's probably what one of these was for. So let's finish this up since we're trying to clean up the desk and work on some things. So I'm just going to go ahead. This will be a kind of a fat one, but I might change it up because this is cardstock. So cardstock on cardstock might be a little much. So I'm going to put that in there and see what we have that we could cover this with. Make a nice we're going to do that. I don't know if it'll go with that pocket, but that way. And I'm just going to trim that up. Still kept a scrap, but that's okay. That's a nice scrap. So there we go. There we go. We can put that paper clip off to the side, and I like that. And it doesn't actually really go with the pinks in that, I don't think, because that's kind of peachy. But it would fit nicely in that pocket, but it might clash too much. So I'm going to cover the back of it, and that's going to go in my pocket basket and be put away and out of the way. And I'm going to finish this up. Wait, I forgot my glasses, and I think I left them in my bedroom. And now I need a piece of paper, and I think I had remembered it's not big enough. I'm going into my scrap basket to see what I have in it. Something I can use and use up off my desk. But I'm not sure if I have a big enough piece. I think that might just fit. Might just fit. Might just. Ooh, it's going to be really, 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 really close. So we're going to just glue the back of this. And then just fight to make sure we get it on. And then we'll have another tag that we can put in our tag box. There we go. Wow. And then we can, and that cleans up, it cleaned up some things off my desk. What I'm doing is I'm going to pile these pockets with these pockets because I don't want to get up and go to my pocket box. But those will all go in my pocket box when I'm done. And that helped clean up some of my desk. we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. And now that's taken care of. And it's off my desk, and I put it with my tags. The one thing that, like, I don't always ink these, but because that white is going to drive me crazy, I'm just going to go ahead and, a lot of times when you use cardstock and it's white like that, it really, when you glue the paper on, you really still see the white cardstock. So that's why sometimes that inking does come in handy to take away from that white showing so much. And you'll notice I missed a corner here. I do that often. I don't worry about it because it's easy to fix. No big deal. There we go. So I just put that aside with my other ones that are going to go in my... So there's that basket done. Well, that little box on my desk that's kind of cleaned up. That tea is really good. Now this tea bag that we had sitting there. These are cute little pockets. They make great pockets. And you can do it two ways. I've even thought of where you could, I wouldn't do this tag because I embellished it with that, but you could also put it as a little pocket on top of a tag if you want it to. What I thought of doing, and the reason sometimes I don't decorate these right up, I'll put it away, is because I've also thought of layering these, where you have maybe one at the top, 2, 3 full of nice stuff, and then embellish them. And so a lot of times I don't embellish, I use these only when I'm going, but because it's on my desk, I'm going to go ahead, and I still have that left over, and I have a piece of this left over. I'm going to probably do almost like a cluster to the bottom of it. Do I want to do 2 of that? No, I don't waste. Okay, and I want to add, don't know if I have another, because it's a nice big lace paper I'm using there. I mean, let's see what I can find in my bag here. Could put, just to make it a little more layered, let's cut out a little square of this. And then put that back in there. And if you wanted to put, I'm keeping it pretty neutral, other than the rose gold tulle that has kind of a pinkish, rose gold always has that rosy tone to it, but it can go with a lot of different things. I was looking for those baggies. Am I going to put it under? I think I'm going to do it this way. Like that. Like that. I'm going to put a little piece of paper underneath it. You'll find that I do that just so that when I staple it on, so I'm going to edge this, I'm going to peel that, and I might not decorate the cluster. I might save that, I'll put it in my pocket box, and then when I decide what I'm going to use in it, if I've got, because it's pretty neutral. Should I angle this a bit like that to make it look a little, there, like that. And then later I could add another cluster to it and really make it a clustery thing, or I could add, let me see what I have in my little time to put my little bunny. I love this one, and I might not put it away because it's just a bunny rabbit, so it's very springy and I love it, because later I could put a rose on it, whatever, however I want it to embellish it. Or I'm still thinking I might layer it up more and then put a scrappy heart on it and keep it very shabby. And I'll kind of show you what I mean by a scrappy heart if I can find it easy enough in my he's home. So these are my scrappy hearts. Oh, glue sticks. Oh, okay, thank you. Well, this is a good one. Thanks. He brought me glue sticks. He knows. He knows. He's been around me and on the hunt for glue sticks lately with me. Because if I layered it up more, I could pull out one of my scrappy hearts. But this one might be too big. I make some smaller ones too. But it could be a little scrappy heart on it if I wanted to. And then I could put a word with a flower. But I don't do that till later. So, and that's why I do leave a lot of clusters just ready to be embellished. I do the same with these. These are on my desk because when I did my other video cleaning up, I just have to sew this button on. But I leave these in my cluster box like this. And if I later, I didn't sew the button on because I was showing on my thing that the button could be sewn on. But I leave these like this. And depending on how I'm going to use them in my journals, sometimes I use them as page tabs, even just decorative on a page, different things like that. And I keep those like that. And sometimes I do ones with buttons and have them ready to go as well. But I don't fully embellish everything because I never know what journal it might go in. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to staple this. And yes, this is my favorite thing to do now with fabrics and that, is put a staple. I don't glue them anymore because I find them they're just so flat. And I think what makes a cluster look, as I learned lately, what makes a cluster look nice is that kind of puffiness to it. I do both. Like I do ones that I do glue down. I don't know if this is going to stick to the tea bag, but this is a pretty strong glue stick. I found these on Amazon.ca and they're pretty good price, $3.99, and it's a good glue stick. And it's not one of those ones if you make a mistake and want to peel it off, you can peel it off later. It's on there. And I will put that in my pockets and leave it like that. So depending on because this could go in many different, I could put this in purple, I could put this in pink. I could even put if I wanted to do something that maybe is a little more, see how cute that's on there? And if it was just a little smart with a little, and it's nicely embellished, if you wanted to show it more, you could turn this as well into a pocket. I do that with these as well. But these are my scrappy hearts I make. I love them. I love making them. And now I do scrappy butterflies. So, and I'm going to think of some other shapes. So, in that one, I will go in. Where did I move my pockets? Oh, the pockets are right beside me. So then I'll put it in with my pockets. And so that's ready to go in. And that's another thing, technically not fully off my desk yet, but will be. And this will just go in my box I have under my desk with material and lace and that in my scraps. There we go. And that's that off my desk. Except for the doily. It's the only thing I didn't have something to use. I'm just going to put it in my scrap box for now. I also have this one basket here. And I don't know why I keep putting it on my desk. And I think it's become, for instance, it's got some fussy cuts in it. It's got a pocket in it. So that needs to go in my pocket pile. Again, it's another tag I hadn't finished yet. A pen just because I use it. This is a roll that I kind of did that I told myself I'm going to start cutting and just figuring out how I can use it. This is just some papers I was getting ready. When I find some papers on my desk, I'll get them ready to go in a journal. So it's got some projects, obviously. Oh, it's got tags and things that are done. And I think what this, an empty bag. I think what this was these were tags I was making to go in certain journals, and so I kept them. See, this is another thing I like to do. With my scraps, it's a piece of, I didn't want to cover up that. Oh, what did you see, my blue-eyed son? Oh, what did you see, my darling young one? I saw a newborn baby with the wild wolves all around it. It's on the back of a music paper, so I left that because you could write all around it, add a little bit of color to it. And again, it could go in a page in a journal like that, or it could be slid into a pocket type thing. So this was things, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. And technically these should go into tags, but I'm doing a blue journal, so I think I was practicing this was a style I tried. So I did it in the colors I wanted. It was a new type of tag for me, the same with this. It's one, two, three tags, and then this one has a hidden. So someone I got these from and was trying. So I did them in colors of journals I'm working on. And this was just me trying to break out of my shabby chic and try something more steampunk. I'm putting that in with those because I have a section of steampunk. Again, this is blue because I have a blue journal. So that's probably why they're sitting there to go in that blue journal. So, but I'm going to see. And these fussy cuts were probably, when I was working on something, I cut them and I put them there because my fussy cuts are right beside it. So, and this is some of the scrappy, when I make my scrappy hearts and that, and it's not big enough for a heart, I punch out with these and make buttons to embellish things with. And so that's why they're sitting there, because they need to be punched out. And I'm not going to do that because I'd have to pull all my punches out. And I think this is a tag. I was trying to figure out how to embellish it, and it wasn't really coming together. And I wasn't sure if I liked that or not. And I don't. So I'm going to take this tag, and I'm going to take it and just put it in my tag box just that way. I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to put the buttons back in the button place. This is already on there, so it's going to go in my embellishment, in my cluster box. I'll pull out my cluster boxes and put it away right now, because it is clean it up, not just put it to the side to clean it up. So here's my cluster, and I've got lace in my cluster. Let me put that in my lace box. See? Sometimes it's because it sits beside my desk and I throw it, oh, more lace. So I must have been using that lace and just kind of tossed it over the side. So I have my baskets of clusters, and I kind of keep them in a certain style. So this is, as you can see, sometimes I'll go ahead and put buttons on it. And so there's the use of my cluster hearts and a button. So I keep some done and some not. You'll see I've got stuff. This should be actually in somewhere different. There's one of my scrappy butterflies, and it's ready to go. I need to do some more of my lace embellishments, and I'm going to do one of these really soon where I make just these. So that's going to go there. Then this is, oh, I see what I did. I've actually started to put them, and these are clusters I've started that aren't embellished, and these are gift clusters. So I keep it all, and this is just clusters I've done, and they're sitting in there, and I just have them in 4 different baskets, and I do that. So that's ready to go. I think I have a little visitor coming. Hello, Mr. Jacob. Are you cutting that up? He's fascinated with cutting. You're going to cut on my desk and leave a mess?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh, were you looking for Papa?
Yes.
Where was Papa outside or maybe in his room working still?
I know I did.
Oh, careful. I'm going to throw these in the garbage now, okay? I think it's because he's seen me. Oh, I'm going to put that back in there because that was made for the blue journal. There we go. And the buttons, I actually have a button box. And I'll put them away so that they're off the desk. Sometimes I leave some on my desk, so if I'm working on stuff, and this is just one of those HP, and I keep my buttons in it. And it sits beside my clusters because a lot of times, along with under the in the HP, I also have my homemade flowers. So this is them ready to package, and my buttons that I package up. So it's all kind of sits on top of each other. So it's kind of some organizations of what I do. One of the big jobs I have to do, and I'm not going to do it now. I'm just going to make a short video today. I was making some things. I have a filter. So this is my next one to clean out. And I think it just needs to be organized. Look, when I took the lid off, look what I found. Scraps. I must have hid them. So that'll be another day. And I have this that I started some cluster bases with. So I want to embellish those. So there's another little thing what's on my desk. So I got to work on those. I even have a template. I have to get myself a basket of templates. It's a type of pocket, and I just did it in, well, I originally was going to use this paper, but I think it might be too thin. So I hadn't decided, but I'm still going to go ahead and put it in my pocket. Then this is, I put this in journals like this. It's something I learned from Leslie at 507 Willow Journals, and it's a book page, and she makes it a pocket, and there's a writing space, and that was just, so that would go in a journal. So it's, to me, it's a journal page ready to go, which is what I should have taken these out, because I have to go buy a bigger basket. So it'll be, and that can go away. I have them, but I needed the bin that they were in. They were in a smaller bin. I need a bigger bin for them. I keep pages like this ready to go when I'm ready to make journals. So, and then I have this basket, which I've got to put those away. And I've got to go through this and re-clean this up because it was for a certain thing. So that's the next one we're going to work on. Not today, because I have to kind of make today a little bit shorter. But for now, I'm going to take a break from Tag Tuesday. Might start it back up again later. But for now, I'm going to do what's on your desk on Tuesdays. I hope you will join me. And maybe even clean up your desk and work on some projects or things you've kind of scooted off to the side. And I have lots scooted to the side. Let me see if I can angle my camera. You'll see that there's a pile here that I've got to get cleaned up. So there's a lot I can do with clean up your desk. All right. Thank you very much for joining me today. It's a little bit shorter than my normal video, but we got a few things done, put away, and finished. All right. And for instance, I'll just show you since my tag box is sitting right here. This is my tag box. And I've been redoing it and facelifting some of the things I don't like. And I redid my dividers. Originally, I had them by the digital kits, but not all of them are. And I have a section that is steampunk, kind of, or like that. So I'm going to stick that in there. Again, I call this Shabby Chic, I'll put it in with the Shabby Chic. I have ones that have clusters on. I don't have that. This is more of a floral. This is a floral. This is a floral. Floral. What is that? This is collaged. Collaged. I'll put that to the back. Collaged, collaged. And then I have book pages, music. And then this is just some templates. I can't even talk. That I'm going to actually fix up. And then this is actual digital ones that I printed off. Again, this is more like ones that have documents or script or different things, and I didn't know what to call it, so I just said document steampunk. Then I have stamped images because I do tags with like that and I stamp on them. Then I have nature, like birds, butterflies, mushrooms, tags. Some of them have finished. This could have gone even in my collage ones because I did a collage, but because I put the bird on. So I do that. Then I have texture, things that I've did some texture paste on, and that some of them I don't like, but I haven't got rid of them. And then these are some scrapbooking pages, and I just put these big ones to the back because I didn't want them sitting in the section where I couldn't see the words. So that's how I divide mine up right now. Now it could get more things, and eventually I might have to get a bigger box if I don't start using. And there's my bow, so I can put that bow away. Oop. And it's an After 8 box. This is an Avon box I just covered. That shouldn't technically be in there. I think I keep it as a template because I like the square shape. And I can't find them at the Dollarama anymore. So I keep it as a template. And these are the HP boxes. I just took the top off of them. And they fit perfectly in there. So that's my tag box. So there, I got some things put away and off my desk. All right, thank you for joining me. You have a wonderful day. Tomorrow I may have a video, I may not. My wardrobe broke in my bedroom. It's just like one of those ones, not like, it's hard to explain. It's not got doors or anything. It's just a metal stand. I bought a plastic one. It didn't last a year. It bent, So I bought a new one, so I got to put it up and fix up that because my clothes are the hangers. I didn't take them off the hangers. I folded them in half and put them to the side. So I need to work on that. So I need to focus a little bit on the house. Tidying up my bedroom and fixing that up. So, but you never know. I may jump on that. I'm just going to put away this is the things I'm going to later just put away on my own because you don't want to see me fussy cut. All right. And again, one of the things I have on my desk is a bunch of stuff fussy cut that I haven't put in its proper spot. So that's another thing. So maybe I'll just cut these up, throw them in there, and one day I'll show you how I organize my fussy cuts on what's on your desk, which I have a lot of fussy cutting. All right, I'll stop talking now. I'm actually losing my voice. And I got to do this, my new cereal bag. So I'm going to put it in that other box that's sitting there to be done. All right. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me. Down below, I have the group that I run called Junk Journal Craft and Chat, as well as Purple Hearts Creations by Chrissy is where I do my selling of my things and to help support myself. And I'll put my Instagram as well. I'm not perfect with Instagram. That's my learning right now, trying to get myself to get things uploaded in there. You might see me tomorrow because I'm trying to do the new Rachel and Bella I can't say the word right now. Anyways, the Rachel and Bella has a new one for a certain amount of days, and there's different YouTubers that are going to work on the challenges, and I want to do that for the next 30 days. She has 4 style of journals, and they that you can choose to do. And she said choose one that you're like one that you do a lot, which is me, is vintage or shabby. I kind of call my vintage and shabby are, to me, are very similar. Then it has botanical and it has a steampunk. So I might do a steampunk, since I'm trying to do a steampunk journal and break out of my vintage shabby chic flow. I have done a botanical for a customer, so I have done that. I wished I had the collaboration sheets I could show you, but what I'll do is I'll put a link. I don't think I had put them easy to get to. I thought I did, but I didn't. I would like to show you those. Let me check one more place, and then I've definitely, if it's not here, then I'm not sure where. Oh, here it is. It's in that drawer that's my mess. The drawer that is my mess. So this is it's supposed I haven't found Edith's yet. It's supposed to be today. The 10th was Rachel introducing it, and as well as I know with Rachel, the digitals that the girls are going to be using, she has 50% off in her store. So it's the 10th through the 30th, and it's hashtag show some style JJ23, hosted by Rachel Bella Crafts. And then this is the 4, and she gives these freebies for you to print off, and I did so that I could look closely, and she explains each style of journal, and it's a collaboration. There we go. I can say the word now. And so I think I'm going to be doing that, and I thought I was going to be doing that on Wednesdays. So, like, for instance, I would do the 11th and the 12th, whatever days, you know, or I might do it twice a week. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it yet. But I will put a link to Rachel and Bella's Show Some Style JJ 2023. All right. And thank you once again. That's a digital. I created, and then I ran out of ink. So thank you for joining me, and you have a wonderful afternoon. Please hit like, and if you haven't subscribed, I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel and help me grow my YouTube business. I'm trying to be both helpful in learning new things, as well just crafting along with me, and just a positive place to spend some time. All right, love you all. Have a wonderful rest of the day.